The celestial realms were drowning in chaos. The demons Mahishasur, Shumb, and Nishumb had rendered the gods powerless. They embodied a total collapse of order, the manifestations of absolute unchecked ego and unbridled lust. Paralyzed by this dominance, the gods pooled every ounce of their remaining divine energy into a single focal point. From this light emerged Adi Shakti, the primal female force of the universe. This supreme power chose a path of deliberate isolation. Her first manifestation, Shailaputri, was born among the silent peaks of the Himalayas, retreating into the frozen heights to seek her own origin and uncover the nature of her internal strength. She looked inward before engaging the external world. Power capable of reordering the cosmos begins with deep self-inquiry and the recognition of one's own potential. This introspection became an active struggle with her second form, Brahmacharini. She subjected herself to tapasya, enduring freezing temperatures and complete isolation to force her mind and body into a state of absolute stillness. This endurance served a singular objective. She sought to synchronize her consciousness with the ultimate formless reality of the cosmos, the state of absolute awareness represented by Shiva. Mastering her own senses and mental limits was the necessary foundation. Only by achieving this complete internal control could she wield the energy required to dismantle the demonic forces. Once that internal discipline is forged, the tranquil ascetic can instantly pivot. The moment Dharma is threatened, she becomes Chandraganta, a hyper-vigilant protector standing between order and chaos. Yet this warrior is also a creator. As Kushmanda, she breathed time, life, and the entire cosmic egg into being with a mere smile, shifting effortlessly from the battlefield to the architecture of a complex universe. Even her motherhood is tied to the preservation of order. As Skandamata, she nurtures her son, Skanda, specifically to lead the divine armies. Here, maternal compassion and martial duty are seamlessly integrated. This consciousness holds these extremes in perfect tension, balancing the ferocity required to defend existence with the delicate compassion needed to sustain it. Katyayani confronts Mahishasur. The demon shifts shapes, buffalo to elephant to lion, mirroring the ever-changing ego trying to evade defeat. Pinning this elusive adversary requires coordination. Her multiple arms and weapons represent the multidisciplinary willpower needed to crush deception at its core. But some aspects of the psyche require a more absolute response. To annihilate the generals Chand Mund and the demon Raktabij, she manifests as Kalratri, a figure born for pure destruction. Raktabij possessed a unique trait. Every drop of his spilled blood spawned a new clone. He is the manifestation of human desire, where satisfying one urge immediately breeds 10 more. Kalratri breaks this cycle by drinking his blood before it hits the ground, using consuming awareness to starve the desires completely. The fiercest battles are internal. Destroying deeply rooted psychological habits demands a level of ruthless self-awareness that leaves the ego nowhere to hide. With the conflict resolved, the battlefield falls silent. Covered in the dust and exhaustion of battle, Kalratri retreats to the Himalayas, stepping into the purifying waters of the Ganges to wash away the residue of destruction. As the dark layers dissolve, she transforms into Mahagauri. The terrifying ferocity is gone, replaced by a radiant, calm, and pure state of being. True strength includes the resilience to return to peace. She demonstrates that a person can survive the darkest conflicts and still reclaim a state of profound gentleness. This process culminates in Siddhidatri, the final form. Having conquered the ego and mastered the mind, she grants the 8 supernatural perfections, the siddhis, to those who complete the path. Here, mythology reveals its conclusion. Siddhidatri merges entirely with Shiva to form Ardhanarishwar. This union demonstrates that the supreme male ascetic remains incomplete with the dynamic energy of the female principle. This equilibrium of stillness and kinetic energy forms the structural logic of the entire universe. The 9 nights of Navratri document a transition from isolated ignorance to complete enlightenment. It is an exact protocol for human evolution. When millions gather to celebrate, they are honoring this internal potential. Every rhythmic movement in these crowds is a physical rehearsal of that same radical change.